What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the AM Guys. So, today I'm going to talk about learning it versus actually doing it, and implementation versus learning the skill set and getting the skill set are two radically different things. And it's interesting because oftentimes what we do as people is we actually enmesh things, we enmesh concepts. So, the analogy I use a lot is like Legos. Okay, I grew up building a lot of Legos, and as a kid, I freestyled a lot of stuff. Right, like directions were great, but I was like, no, I want to put together stuff freestyle. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because this is how I really kind of relay the concept I'm about to talk about, which is life operates in pieces. Everything is its own unique piece that can be applied or placed anywhere. Right, Learning, if you think of it as a physical object, right, you can see a square block. That's learning. And then you see a circular or a cylinder, right? That's implementation. They're two different things. However, they're both blocks. They're both blocks. They can be classified under that. And they both involve each other for building, and they both connect at different points, but they're two different building blocks. And I'm bringing this up because oftentimes we enmesh ideas, we enmesh parts and pieces, and then we don't see properly. And if you don't see and you don't actually understand that you're doing two different things, how are you going to work with it, and how are you going to use it to build, and how can you actually function properly, right? For instance, sales is different than marketing, but they're synonymous. They go hand in hand, right? They go together, but they're radically different skill sets. They're radically different pieces. They're both vital to business. And if you don't have one without the other, your business is going to fail long term. Sure, you can live off referrals and the sales process is easier, right? And you have the sales there, but if you don't have marketing, what happens when all your referrals dry up? What happens if you're not prepared for a recession and you don't have any marketing channels to help drive revenue and keep you alive during that? The economy is not always going to be great. The economy is not always going to be good. You've got the natural flow of the economy is ups and downs. That's how life is, right? Life comes in waves. Everything, like, think about this. The way everything's created is waves, highs and lows, light, sound, right? Pulses, anyways, the point is I'm going, I'm really rabbit trailing hard right now. But the point is this: you got to see stuff as different pieces, and you cannot properly build or execute if you don't have clarity on the different pieces. And so when you're learning to do something, you're not implementing things. And if you implement, it also helps you learn. But don't be confused that, cool, you're getting a skill set, and then that is actually you doing the thing, right? Or you're implementing, but you're implementing wrong because you don't actually have the skill set. Andrew and I were talking about this, and I've talked about how we're building out, really, like, we're putting a huge effort into our marketing and sales department to really expand and to really continue to grow and, add channels to what we're doing. And one of the things that we've talked a lot about is, cool, we've learned what we need to do. We've learned about the objectives. We've clearly defined them. Everybody's been educated on what needs to happen. Now the skill set's got to come. We need the skill set, and it's either going to be something that we acquire ourselves in-house, or we're going to have to look outside of it, and both are needed. It's interesting because if you have the mindset of, I'm going to do everything myself, you're going to break, right? You're really going to break. Go fast. There's an old African proverb that says, go fast alone. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. And you need other people's skill sets, right? The skill set helps implementation. It aids implementation. It speeds up implementation. However, they're not the same. And you've got to be able to directly see the different pieces and the different parts for how all this stuff works. And I'm saying all of that because do not be confused as you're learning something that you're actually implementing it. You're going to have to go through a period of implementation. And if you're building something, you've got to learn where the learning stops and the implementation begins, and how you're actually going to implement whatever you're trying to learn. And they're two different things. And I'm saying this because this is a common problem. People will learn and learn ad nauseum, and they won't do anything with it. But then you also have the other side where people just try and do stuff and they ship and they never learn and it breaks. You've got to have both, and you have to see them as their own thing. So anyways, guys, that's it. And I'll catch you later. Peace.